Hi, I'm Mike with the Million Youth Chess Club. Continuing our chess series, and I think it's very important for everyone to understand the point value of the chess pieces. You win the game of chess by trapping the opponent's king. However, it's very important to understand that the pieces are not equal. They have a different value based on the number of squares they can move in an open board. The pawn is the weakest piece. It's worth 1 point. As you may know, it can move 1 or 2 the first move. After that, 1 move. If it gets it to the end row, it can be exchanged for a queen, a rook, a bishop, a knight, or a bishop. Any piece other than a king or a pawn. Most players will take a queen because it's the most powerful piece. But you're not required to take a queen. You get several queens with several pawns. The pawn, the weakest piece, is worth 1. The knight and the bishop are equal. They're worth 3 points each. Now, some people prefer one or the other. I tend to prefer my knight over my bishop. On an open board, the bishop may move more squares. On a crowded board, the knight can jump over, may be more valuable. So the books say they're equal at 3. So as you may know, the bishop stays on the same color square, side to side, front or back, same color square. And the only piece that jumped would be the knight, and that's the little trickier, moving like an L. 1, 2, turn. 1, 2, 3, 4 squares like an L. Turn to the left, turn to the right. I can go sideways. I can jump over pieces. I can go backward, left or right. Very useful piece. They're both worth 3 points. The next piece is the rook. The rook goes alongside the row. It's many squares. Again, no jumping, only the knight jumps. Or up and down the row. Your choice, the number of squares. The rook is worth 5 points. The most powerful piece is the queen that moves like a rook or like a bishop. It's worth 9 points. So the queen can move up and down the row as a rook or across the row as a rook or same color diagonal. As many squares as you want, no jumping. So you move like a straight line like a bishop or a straight line like a rook. The queen, the most powerful piece, is worth 9 points. So a quick review. A pawn, the weakest piece, is worth 1 point. The knight and the bishop are worth 3 points. The rook is worth 5 points. And the most powerful piece, the queen, is worth 9 points. Just as a review, the pawn, the weakest piece, is worth 1 point. The knight and the bishop are equal. They're worth 3 points. The rook is worth 5 points. The queen, which moves like a rook, and a bishop, the most powerful piece, is worth 9 points. Very important to understand the point value of the chess pieces.